over here. Come on there. Come on, little fella. Calm down. Nice. Had to circle all around the little... Ooh, I didn't mean to do that. Everything's good though. I didn't mean to... Had to circle all around that lay down for that one, didn't I? All around it. It's pretty sweet. I wanted to go ahead and introduce the video with a first fish catch too. What I'm going to do today is pretty cool. I'm going to do an Enigma fishing rod challenge. So I've got about, I think, 7 or 8 Enigma's rods rigged up right now, ready to roll. And I'm going to try and catch as many bass on Enigma rods as I can. And I'm going to try and catch them on as many different rods as I can. I think I've got like 6 different models with me right now. What I caught that fish right now on is a 3/8 ounce Cavatron buzzbait with Abu Garcia Revo reel, but the Enigma rod is 7.3 heavy. Now it's not exactly what I'd like to use for a buzzbait in this situation. I'd much more prefer like a 7'2" medium heavy. Maybe a 7'3" medium heavy. The heavy action on this is a little bit too heavy, especially with the braid, but it'll work. It's one of those things where matching your rod and reel combos is important if you want to land more fish and catch them and not miss them like I did the first cast for that fish, and keep fish hooked up better, especially when they're short striking it. But it can still do the job, and once I get more of these Enigma rods, I'll have the right setup just right. But for right now, I'm going to try and catch another one on my knees again. But that's enough of that. Here in just a second, I'm going to introduce you with some of the baits that I've got tied on, some of the combos and things like that, and let's get the day rolling. So I don't think I'm going to do a whole lot more with this combo. I think I'm going to try and catch them on other stuff for a little while. But I might fish the buzzbait a little while, because the morning bite with the buzzbait is going to be the deal. You can catch some in the afternoon probably on a buzzbait, but it's real specific type deal. And I'd like to test some of these other rods out. This is only my 2nd day out with the new rods, and really enjoying them, and especially when I get the right actions for the right stuff. I've only got like 9 of them or 10 of them right now, but soon I'll be getting some more in, and I'll have the right setups for the right stuff, and it'll be a lot better deal then. But I'm looking forward to it, man. Pretty cool deal. Okay, so you saw that 7'3" heavy action graphite rod that I'm using with the buzzbait. That rod, that 7'3", is from what I can see, it's a real good open water rod. Anything where you're going to be making long casts and deeper water too, like jigs offshore, football jigs, fish head spin. It's a little heavy for it. It could be a really good flipping rod, even a light punching rod. But you know, it's more on the heavy side, and it's more open water, so heavy cover, open water. It could be a really good frog rod. Now this next rod is one that I'm really liking. It's the one I've spent the most time with so far, the little bit of fishing I've done. It's a 7'2" medium crankbait rod. It says CB in it. If you check out the Enigma rods, they'll have CB in it, and that means crankbait rod. 7'2", so that's going to get you the distance, the medium action. It's going to really load that rod up, keep those fish hooked on the small crankbaits. I like to throw shallow diving and medium diving crankbaits on this thing. Smaller crankbaits, you know, those real light, smaller crankbaits like the Strike King 3XDs. Let's see, Bomber fat-free shads, little small fat-free guppies. What else is good? Even you know, 1.5s, KVD 1.5s. Spro Little Johns would be great with this rod. Just smaller, medium diving crankbaits, lighter plugs, lighter crankbaits. It's gonna be real good for it. I'm looking forward to using that a good bit. Now, this next one, if I can get it, this next one that I've got here is a 7'10" medium heavy. It's like that big KVD launching rod this one, 7'10". It's almost 8 foot long, real long, but it's a medium heavy crankbait rod. This, it's a big beefy rod. It's really good for the 6XDs, even up to the 10XDs. It'll handle a 10XD really well. But for what I'm doing, I'm wanting to stick shallow all day today. I put a 1/2 ounce lipless crankbait on there, Strike King Red Eye Shad. I'm not sure what the color is. With some sort of AU color, AYU color, bait fish color. So be pretty good, man. I got like 14-pound test on this bad boy at Quantum XO reel. Now the next one, another crankbait setup. I might change the color on this plug. That's one of the cool things with this challenge. I can make my own rules up. What I'm going to do here is I've got a 7'8" medium heavy. It's another crankbait rod. It's just a little bit smaller and a little bit less stout than the 7'10". It's 7'8". And you'd be surprised if you guys don't know much about the rod actions. Every little inch you make in a rod changes the action. It really does. So that 2-inch difference makes this rod a completely different deal. This one is more for, I like it for 5XDs, big square bills. Rattle baits is perfect with this. You can throw a chatterbait on this, making really long casts. I mean, you could even use this for a buzzbait. I mean, because I'm that kind of guy. I like to mix my setups and try different stuff. With the crankbait setup, long action, you could use this for a buzzbait. I would definitely give it a try. But I'm using it with a shallow diving crankbait here. And just going to toss this around some timber and stuff and see what happens. Probably toss it around some docks. I'll probably end up changing the color on it before long. The color of the lure. Okay, here. Now, I typically don't flip too much with braid, but I'm going to give it a try today. What I've got here is a 7'3" medium heavy action. It's a real good flip stick. I mean, flipping jigs, skipping soft plastics. It's for those 1/2 ounce or more lures, and even 3/8 ounce. It can handle it pretty good. But the minimum weight is 3/8 ounce on this, so it's more of a lighter flipping type deal. Really good for pitching docks. You can use it for skipping docks. It'd be a really good frog rod, I really think. But it's pretty beefy, you know. That's what I'm saying. That's what you want. So I'm looking forward to trying some frogs with it. I typically like a shorter rod with the frogs, but 7'3" would be good, especially if you fish grass. The 7'3" would probably be your best friend. If you fish grass at all, pads, anything like that, I mean, you can just get you a couple of these and be set. You can get you 4 or 5 of these and use it for a lot of different things. So I'm looking forward to using that. Skipping around some docks and flipping around wood and stuff like that. Now this next one, I love to throw a chatterbait. Nice. There we go. Another rod down for the challenge, man. I'm actually pretty darn excited. That was a really nice bite. I love chatterbait. Got a healthy fish. Another chatterbait fish. Another chatterbait fish. But so we've got 2 rods out of the way so far. You know, it is kind of rough because you get onto something and you want to keep fishing it, but you know. For now, I'm going to keep going with it and trying to just check off these rods. So what I'm using here, this is the 7'2" medium heavy, and it's a crankbait rod. But I'm using it with a chatterbait, so you can get away with that kind of thing. I actually really like it. That bite felt really good with the crankbait rod. With it, it feels good because when they bite it, you get that split second. I know it's cliche, everybody talks about it, but man, that's a big difference in the feel from a straight, graphite flipping, regular type rod. I actually really like that. I mean, I wouldn't use this. I think if I was to do a crankbait rod type thing, I'd like to go down to a 7-foot medium heavy, or maybe even a 7-foot heavy, but a crankbait rod. I like the idea of the crankbait rod, but this rod's just got a lot of tip. It's a little too much tip to be real good at skipping the bait, especially sometimes I like to use a 1/2 ounce. So I'd like to either upsize to a heavy or go a few inches shorter, because when you go on a shorter rod, it'll be a little bit heavier for the action. But that was pretty cool. 2 rods down. We've got the 7'3". What 2 rods we got out of the way now? We've got this rod out of the way, and we've got this buzzbait rod. So it's a really cool rod, man. I really like it. It'd be good. It's a good crankbait rod. Good crankbait. You throw a spinnerbait, and you can throw a chatterbait. I really do like it making long casts with a chatterbait, though. That feels amazing. Like, seriously. But making real short, accurate casts of these pieces of cover, it's got a little too much tip. So put these rods down. Got a couple more to go, man. I'm excited. That was a good fish. That was a good fish. Oh. That was cool, though. Flipped it in there. He bit it right before it hit the bottom. Sucks. Little fish, jogger. Yeah. Since I can make my own rules, I never said that they had to be keepers. I never said that they had to be keepers. It's probably about a 12-inch fish. This lake is 14 inches, but it's the first fish for this rod. Fishing a little crankbait. I'm struggling right now. I'm trying to get a read on this lake. I have not fished this. Have I fished this lake? I don't think I fished it once this year, have I? I can't remember. I mean, it is October. I've been fishing so many other places and whatnot. I just kind of getting a read. I have a lot of experience on the lake, but still struggling today. This morning was nice, and it's kind of one of those kind of deals where I feel like there's a couple techniques that I like, that I feel like doing right now. But, I'm trying to do this challenge, and I'm just trying to see some new stuff. I've never fished here before. That's part of it. And just trying to see new stuff, trying to do a little bit of new stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these challenges too, because it gives me an opportunity to say, hey, start out, for example, just like this morning. I'll go out and get a bite on a buzzbait. And I feel like, you could extend that bite through, a couple hours in the morning. You could probably even get a buzzbait bite going somewhere right now. Maybe not right now, but in the middle of the day you could, especially if you got a little wind. And then we got on that chatterbait deal, and I feel like that could be a real killer. And as far as skipping docks and different things like that, I'm kind of hitting a little bit of that, a little bit of this. Fishing some new stuff up around here too. Just struggling and just trying to figure something out. Just trying to get a clue from the fish, but also just trying to do different stuff and things like that. I'm not too worried about it. But the rod I just caught that fish on, is a 7'8" medium heavy crankbait rod. Nice Quantum Cranking Classic reel there. It's a BPS series flat crankbait there, sexy shad type color. That's cool, man. Yeah, I mean, it casts good. I like this rod. It's be real good for the 5XDs and some of the cranking that I really like to do. It's got a really good bend to it. I like it so far. Looking forward to putting it to more action. Finally got us a good flipping fish. It's kind of funny because that dog kept barking at me and whatnot, and he's still gonna keep on going. But I've been struggling today, but, you know, just trying to get the rhythm, trying to get the rhythm going, man. But I think it's a tough day, man. I don't know if it's really good on another part of the lake. I know where I'm at. It's not too good, so you know, I just kind of wanted to fish around and stuff. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Just make the most of the situation. And just fish around, man. I'm not too worried about it. Nice little fish, bit it real good, skipped way underneath the dock. Finally got us a good. I'm really liking this rod right here. This is the 7'3" medium heavy. I think I've got another one that's a 7'3" heavy, but I really like this medium heavy. It's really nice because it's good. It's rated for 3/8 ounce to 3/4, so that's really good for a lot of, you know, even skipping jigs, dock fishing, flipping brush. That medium heavy is good. I mean, that's a stout rod, and also that rod you could use it for like offshore football jig, things like that. I like it. 7'3" medium heavy, good, really good for a buzz bait. That's like that's the buzz. That would be the buzz bait rod for me. What else could you use it for? Flipping, buzz bait. Yeah, that's about all I would use it for the most part. But it's a good rod. I really like how it feels. It's not quite as stiff as the heavy. And I really do like the feel of it, for sure. I'll be using that one a lot. If I don't have another one of them, I'm definitely going to get another one. I really like them. That's a big one. He's not real big, but he sure is feisty. Well, that's another one for the Enigma rod. I just, you know, had to do it. Got back in here, found a big bay of bait fish. He crushed it. I kept telling myself I was going to catch a big one. I mean, this isn't a big fish. He's real strong, though. He's been back here eating pretty good. But this right here, I'm using the 7'3" heavy, I believe. Let me double check. Once again on the buzz bait, I switched up to a different one, different buzz bait. Yeah, 7'3" heavy. That's a really healthy fish, man. Really strong. I mean, he pulled like a 4-pounder. Real healthy. Been back here eating all these bait fish. Cool. Ooh, got another one here at the end. Now the GoPro night vision's not too good, so just roll with it. If you can't see, buzzbait again. Same thing on the Enigma rod, 7'3" heavy, and the fish is flopping all over the deck of the boat as usual. But if you can see him, there he is. He's a small one. He's like maybe 13 inches or so. Yeah. Healthy fish though. They're real strong back here because they've been back here feeding up, eating all this bait fish back here. Alright guys, I think I'm going to pretty much wrap the video up today. Throughout the course of the day, it's pretty frustrating, but managed to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 rods with fish catches. So didn't complete the challenge, but I'm pretty happy with the results, especially with how tough it was for me today. So, you know, the rods performed really well. You know, I really like that 7'3" medium heavy for skipping and flipping under docks and stuff like that. I was pleased with them all for sure. I'm looking forward to getting some more so that I can have a full arsenal and you know, not have to retie a whole bunch throughout the day, and just being able to have everything I want out here. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little frustrated. I'm pleased with the rods, but you know, today was just a real frustrating day. But you know, that's what comes with doing what I was doing this challenge, where you catch a fish and then you completely switch up to something else. You know, there was a couple fish that I missed today flipping that I wish I could have got. Not like they were big or anything, but it would have been real cool fish catches. You know, and but that's what comes with not only just the challenge, but today I fished differently than I normally do. And the morning was kind of how I typically fish. I just wanted to get some momentum going, but then I just kind of started going in a direction that I typically don't go on this lake. It's not my strengths. Something I've never really done too much before, but something called me to do it, and I just started going with it. And at the moment, I'm in between a lot of stuff right now. I don't even have a depth finder for the front of the boat. You know, I'm just doing what I can. I knew I was just gonna fish shallow, visible stuff, and you know, I'm just a little frustrated. I'm looking forward to having my boat rigged and ready to roll and having everything tip top. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe we'll be doing some more challenge videos like this in the future. I've got a couple ideas of some things I want to do. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you like the Enigma rods, man, go check them out in the store. Go on the website. Links are going to be in the description. You can go check them out. They're pretty cool rods, man. I'm pleased with them. Yes, I am on the promotional staff, but so far I chose to be with them. You know, I pursued them. Yeah, I pursued them. I'm investing the money in these rods. I'm not getting free rods or anything. I'm putting the money to get them because that's what I want right now. So, you know, I'm just kind of tinkering with them and testing them out and seeing what they work well with and how I like them, and working with my strengths on what rods would be good for things I like to do. So I'll talk to you guys later. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Peace.